This very video did not exist in your timeline until you directed your exact frequency of attention toward it. Today we are diving into the hidden architecture of the universe, uncovering the profound mysteries of the observer effect and the quantum field. By the end of this transmission, I promise that you will finally understand your true power as a sovereign creator of your reality, and you will learn exactly why your biggest desires are hiding just behind your forgetfulness. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed that the exact moment you completely gave up on something, the moment you stopped caring about it entirely, it suddenly rushed into your life as if by magic? To understand this phenomenon, we must first look at the metaphysical fabric of our world. The universe you walk through every day is not a solid, fixed construct. It is a shimmering, infinite ocean of quantum fields and probability waves, constantly shifting and waiting for your command. In this esoteric framework, observation is not a passive act of just looking at things. Observation is an intensely active process. It is the literal act of your consciousness anchoring a specific wave of potential and collapsing it into a physical, tangible reality. But what if I told you that the very act of wanting is what keeps your desires away from you? We are taught that to manifest, we must focus intensely. We must visualize every single day. We must grip our desires with an iron fist. But in the realm of quantum mechanics, this creates a profound energetic paradox. When you are constantly checking to see if your manifestation has arrived, you are emitting a frequency of lack. You are telling the quantum field, loud and clear, that you do not have it yet. And because the field is a perfect mirror, it can only reflect back the reality of you not having it. This is where most people fail. They obsess, they worry, and they stare at the soil where they planted their seed, wondering why nothing is growing. They do not realize that their very anxiety is radiating a dense, blocking energy that freezes the wave of probability. True manifestation requires a completely different approach. It requires the delicate art of intentional forgetting. When you forget, you stop interfering with the universal mechanism. You finally get out of your own way and allow the magic to unfold. This brings us to the profound concept of quantum entanglement. When you first formulate a clear intention, you entangle your consciousness with that specific future reality. In that exact fraction of a second, the manifestation is already complete in the unmanifested realm. A bridge of light is formed between who you are now and the version of you who already possesses the desire. However, the energy requires space to materialize into physical form. If you keep plucking at that string of entanglement with doubt and impatience, you disrupt the frequency. But when you completely forget about it, you are actually maintaining the purest state of that connection. Forgetting is not an act of losing your desire, it is an act of ultimate surrender. It is the energetic equivalent of saying to the universe that you trust it so deeply, you do not even need to monitor the progress. This absolute detachment signals to the quantum field that the work is done. It shifts your vibration from the desperate frequency of seeking into the calm, quiet frequency of already knowing. There is a fascinating phenomenon in physics known as the quantum Zeno effect. Simplified for our metaphysical understanding, it means that a system cannot change its state while it is being continuously observed. If you stare at an unstable particle, your observation literally freezes it in place. Apply this to your life and your desires. When you are constantly watching your reality, waiting for the money, waiting for the specific person, or waiting for the health to improve, you are acting as a hyper-vigilant observer. Your continuous, anxious observation freezes the probability wave. You are trapping your manifestation in a state of suspended animation. The universe is trying to rearrange the circumstances, people, and events to bring you your desire. But your glaring gaze stops the process cold. By turning your attention away and completely forgetting what you asked for, you remove this freezing effect. You allow the particles of your new reality to dance, shift, and align in the dark. The magic happens precisely when you are no longer looking. This sacred phase of unseen alignment is what we call the quantum gestation period. Just as a child grows in the hidden darkness of the womb, or a seed sprouts beneath the heavy, dark soil, your manifestation requires a period of gestation in the unseen realms. You cannot rush this phase, and you certainly cannot micromanage it. During this quantum gestation period, the universe is incredibly busy. It is moving mountains on your behalf. It is orchestrating millions of tiny, interconnected variables across space and time. A person in another country might be making a decision right now that will ultimately lead to your dream job. A seemingly random delay in traffic might be aligning you with a life-changing encounter. None of this is visible to your physical eyes. If you demand to see proof of the manifestation during this gestation phase, you will only see the dirt covering the seed. You will interpret the lack of physical evidence as a failure, which will cause you to lower your vibration and dig up the seed before it can break through the surface. So, how do you successfully navigate this quantum gestation period? The secret lies in a radical shift in your daily focus. You must master the art of dropping the seed and walking away. Think of it like placing an order at a high-end restaurant. Once you tell the waiter what you want, you do not follow him into the kitchen. You do not stand over the chef, questioning his methods or checking the oven every 2 minutes. You sit back, enjoy the ambience, have a conversation, and completely trust that your meal is being prepared. You forget about the cooking process entirely because your certainty is absolute. This is the exact attitude you must adopt with the universe. You place your cosmic order through clear intention and elevated emotion. Then, you deliberately pivot your attention to the present moment. You immerse yourself so deeply in the joy of your current life that the burning desire simply fades into the background. You let the universe handle the intricate details of the kitchen while you enjoy the dining room of your present reality. It is within this state of deliberate forgetfulness that you accidentally achieve the highest vibrational frequency of all. This is the state of natural having. Think about the things you already possess in your life right now. Do you obsess over the bed you sleep in? Do you constantly visualize the shoes you are wearing? No, you do not. You completely ignore them because they are already yours. They are a natural, unquestioned part of your reality. Therefore, the frequency of true possession is actually the frequency of forgetting. When you forget about the manifestation you are trying to attract, you are perfectly mimicking the energetic signature of someone who already has it. The quantum field cannot tell the difference between you forgetting because you are distracted and you forgetting because your desire has already been fulfilled. It simply reads your frequency. When it detects the calm absence of longing, it assumes the manifestation is complete, and it rapidly collapses the wave function to match your physical reality to your energetic state. Let us examine a real-life scenario that perfectly illustrates this quantum shift. You have probably experienced this exact sequence of events. You lost an item, perhaps your keys or a piece of jewelry. You searched everywhere frantically. You tore your house apart, filled with frustration and stress. The more you looked, the more invisible the item became. You were emitting a massive frequency of absence and lack. Finally, exhausted, you gave up. You completely surrendered the outcome. You said to yourself, "I do not care anymore, I will just buy a new one." You made a cup of tea, sat down, and completely forgot about the lost item. Within 10 minutes, you walked into the kitchen, and there it was, sitting right in plain sight on the counter. It felt almost magical, as if it materialized out of thin air. In a quantum sense, it did. Your surrender and forgetfulness collapsed the probability wave where the item was lost, and instantly aligned you with the parallel reality where the item was right in front of you. This is the absolute power of letting go. Your subconscious mind plays a pivotal role in this process of gestation and forgetfulness. Your conscious mind is limited. It can only process a tiny fraction of the information present in the universe at any given second. It is loud, analytical, and prone to fear. But your subconscious mind is deeply connected to the infinite quantum field. When you consciously obsess over a desire, you trap the intention in your limited, logical brain. You try to figure out the exact how and when. But the moment you forget, you successfully transfer the intention from the noisy, conscious mind down into the vast, silent depths of the subconscious. Here, the intention can finally breathe. The subconscious mind does not worry about time or logistics. It simply works as an automatic homing beacon, communicating silently with the universal field 24 hours a day. By forgetting consciously, you activate the most powerful manifesting engine you possess. You allow the deep mind to do the heavy lifting, while your surface mind enjoys the present day. You might be wondering, if I completely forget, will the universe think I do not want it anymore? This is a massive misconception based on human ego and earthly misunderstandings. The universe does not speak English or Russian or any human language. It speaks frequency and it speaks certainty. When you let go, the universe does not hear apathy. It hears absolute mastery. It hears a creator who is so secure in their power that they do not need to beg, plead, or remind the field of their order. Think of the most powerful people on earth. When they issue a command, they do not repeat it 50 times a day. They say it once, and they know it is done. That is the energy you are embodying when you forget. You are stepping into your sovereign power. You are telling the matrix of reality that your word is law. The initial spark of intense desire was the command. The subsequent forgetting is the undeniable proof of your faith. This combination is the master key to unlocking the fastest manifestations you will ever experience in your entire lifetime. During this period of forgetting, you must become comfortable with the void. The void is that space between the asking and the receiving, where absolutely nothing seems to be happening. To the untrained mind, the void is terrifying. It feels like stagnation. It feels like abandonment. But to the quantum master, the void is a thrilling space. The void is not empty. It is pregnant with infinite possibilities. It is the blank canvas upon which the universe is mixing the exact colors of your new life. When you reach a point where you genuinely do not care if the manifestation arrives today, tomorrow, or next year, you have conquered the void. You have neutralized the destructive emotion of impatience. Impatience is simply a declaration that your present moment is not good enough. And if your present moment is not good enough, the field will continue to give you a future that is equally unsatisfying. By finding peace in the void and forgetting the timeline, you elevate your current reality to a state of grace, magnetizing the desire instantly. Let us talk about emotional neutrality. We often mistakenly believe that we must be in a state of ecstatic, high-vibration joy at all times to manifest our dreams. We force ourselves to smile, we force ourselves to feel positive, even when we are exhausted. But forced positivity is just another form of resistance. The most potent manifesting state is actually emotional neutrality. It is a state of deep, calm indifference. When you have truly forgotten your desire, you are completely neutral about it. If someone mentions it to you, you do not feel a desperate pang in your chest. You just feel a quiet sense of peace. This neutrality acts as a superconductor for quantum energy. Without the friction of extreme highs and extreme lows, the energy of your intention glides smoothly through the fabric of space and time. You become a clear, unobstructed channel. This is why the best things happen when you are simply going about your daily routine, feeling calm, balanced, and completely detached from any grand expectations of the future. You must also understand the grand illusion of time. In the third-dimensional reality, we perceive time as a straight, linear path. Past, present, and future seem separate. But in the quantum field, all time exists simultaneously in an eternal now. The version of you who is living your absolute dream life already exists, right now. in a parallel frequency. The only thing keeping you from experiencing that reality is the vibrational gap created by your current perception of time. When you are waiting for a manifestation, you are acknowledging time. You are saying, "It is in the future, and I am in the present." This traps you in a perpetual state of waiting. But when you completely forget about the desire, you collapse the illusion of time. You stop waiting. You merge entirely with the present moment. And because the present moment is the only place where the quantum field can be accessed, your total immersion in the now instantly connects you with the parallel reality where your desire is already fulfilled. Forgetting literally bends time. As you successfully navigate this gestation period of forgetting, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your reality. These are known as synchronicities. Synchronicity is the universe giving you a wink. It is the field providing a feedback system, letting you know that the background machinery is working perfectly. You might start seeing recurring numbers on the clock, like 11:11 or 3:33. You might overhear strangers on the street casually talking about the exact topic of your forgotten desire. You might stumble upon an obscure book or a random video, just like this one, that speaks directly to your soul. When these synchronicities occur, do not panic and do not let them trigger your impatience. Do not say, "Oh my goodness, it is finally here, where is it?" Simply smile, acknowledge the sign, and gently return to your state of peaceful detachment. Treat these signs as gentle milestones on a dark road, confirming you are walking in the right direction, but never stop walking just to stare at the milestone. The ultimate spiritual test during the quantum gestation period is decoupling your internal happiness from the external outcome. For most of our lives, we operate on a conditional basis. We say, "I will be happy when I get the money. I will feel secure when I get the relationship." This makes you a slave to your external reality. It places the power outside of you. True quantum creation demands the exact opposite. You must generate the feelings of joy, security, and wholeness entirely from within, right now, with absolutely zero evidence in the physical world. When you can be genuinely happy while completely forgetting that you ever asked for a miracle, you become incredibly dangerous to the old matrix of your reality. You become an unstoppable force. The universe has no choice but to bend to your will because you have removed the condition. You are no longer asking reality to change your mood. You have changed your mood, and therefore reality must alter its structure to match the new, unconditional sovereign that you have finally become. Imagine your reality as a massive, intricate stage play. When you issue a new quantum command, the script changes. But the stagehands need time to change the set. They need to move the old furniture out and bring the new props in. The actors need to learn their new lines. If you stand on the stage, screaming at the crew, demanding to know why the new scene has not started yet, you are only delaying the production. You are causing chaos behind the curtain. By forgetting and detaching, you gracefully exit the stage and wait in the dressing room. You allow the universal stagehands to do their work in peace. Often, what looks like things falling apart in your life is actually just the stage being cleared. People might suddenly leave your life. Opportunities might abruptly close. This is not bad luck. This is the quantum field aggressively clearing space for the manifestation you forgot you asked for. If you do not interfere, the curtain will rise on a breathtaking new reality, far beyond your initial imagination. Resistance is the only thing that ever prevents a manifestation from materializing, and the primary source of resistance is memory. Specifically, the memory of your past failures and the memory of your lack. When you constantly think about your desire, you inevitably trigger the memory of all the times you tried to get it and failed. You trigger the deep-seated fears of unworthiness. Your mind starts calculating the odds, and logic dictates that it is impossible. This mental chatter creates massive energetic friction. By choosing to completely forget, you bypass the analytical mind entirely. You slip past the guards of logic and memory. You cannot feel resistance towards something you are not thinking about. It is the ultimate hack to the human ego. You trick your ego into ignoring the very thing that is about to change your life. In the absence of your ego putting up walls, the manifestation accelerates to light speed. It rushes into the vacuum created by your mental silence, arriving precisely when you are busy enjoying something else. This shift marks the profound transition from the state of wanting to the state of being. Wanting is a beggar's frequency. It is a state of perpetual chasing. As long as you are wanting, the universe will brilliantly manifest the experience of you wanting it. It will give you more situations that make you say, "I want this." But being is the creator's frequency. Being is the statement of absolute, unshakable identity. When you release the desire to the wind and forget its details, you stop being a person who wants a new life, and you slowly merge into the person who is already living that life. You start making decisions differently. You start walking differently. You start breathing with a completely new rhythm. You do not do this consciously. It happens because your energetic center of gravity has shifted. You have allowed the quantum seed to take root in your identity. The external manifestation then becomes a trivial side effect of your internal transformation. It simply mirrors the sovereign being that you have silently become in the shadows. Many people mistake the gestation period for a period of failure. They try a manifestation technique for 3 days, see no results, and declare that the universe is broken or that they are cursed. They fall back into the victim mentality. But I want you to reframe this entire experience. The silence of the universe is not a rejection. It is an intense period of cosmic construction. It is the sound of reality being rewoven. When you feel that nothing is happening, when you feel the urge to complain, stop. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that the silence is the gestation. The lack of movement is the gathering of quantum momentum. Celebrate the silence. Celebrate the fact that you no longer feel the burning, painful obsession for the desire. That lack of obsession is your greatest victory. It is the definitive proof that you have entered the final phase. You have successfully surrendered. The heavy lifting is over. All that is required of you now is to remain in a state of open receptivity while the universe calculates the final coordinates. The most critical aspect of this entire process is surrendering the how. The human mind is arrogant. It always tries to dictate the exact pathway the universe should take to deliver the goods. You might want money, so you assume it must come through a specific lottery ticket or a specific promotion. By dictating the how, you are shutting down millions of other, far more efficient pathways that the quantum field could use. When you completely forget about your desire, you naturally let go of the how. You stop trying to manipulate the circumstances. You surrender to the infinite intelligence of the field, which operates on a level of complexity that your conscious mind could never comprehend. The universe knows the path of least resistance. It knows exactly who needs to meet whom and what needs to happen to bring your reality to life. By stepping back and forgetting, you give the universe absolute permission to surprise you. And the universe loves to surprise those who trust it enough to stop giving it directions. And then the moment arrives. It happens on a random Tuesday, or while you are washing the dishes, or standing in line for coffee. Your mind is completely occupied with something mundane. You have completely forgotten that you ever asked the universe for a miracle. And suddenly the phone rings. The email arrives. The exact person walks into the room. The reality you commanded months or years ago suddenly collapses into physical form with startling precision. It hits you with such force that it takes your breath away. In that golden moment, you will look back and realize the absolute perfection of the timing. You will see how every delay, every moment of silence, and every instance of you letting go was perfectly orchestrated to bring you to this exact point in space and time. You will finally understand that the manifestation was never running away from you. It was simply gestating in the dark, waiting for you to look away so it could finally bloom. This is the ultimate secret of the quantum creator. Let go, forget, and let reality birth itself. Remember this absolute truth. You are not a physical being sitting inside a static reality. You are reality itself, experiencing itself through the focal point of observation. Observation creates, but hyper-observation destroys. Letting go is the ultimate expression of trust that collapses the quantum wave into a physical blessing. Thank you for joining me in this transmission. If you felt a shift in your awareness today, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. To lock in your new frequency, write this exact phrase in the comments below. I am the sovereign observer, and my manifestations are already complete. Now tell me, what is the most incredible thing that suddenly manifested in your life the moment you completely stopped caring about it?